Cell cycle and cell division, a very important chapter, small chapter but very important. So from past 10 years, 2010 to 2010 20 NEET paper, when you analyze, you can find around 32 questions have come from this chapter. So very important chapter. Every year at least 3 questions, 3 to 4 questions definitely you will get in your NEET question paper. Let us start this important points of this chapter. So basically cell division has two phases. One is interphase, another one is M phase. So interphase is the longest phase because it has three sub phases, G1, S and G2 phase. So what happens in interphase is the cell prepare itself for cell division, which is going to takes place in a M phase. So in G1 phase is considered as post mitotic gap. After mitosis, the new cells, G1 phase is going to start where the DNA remains unchanged. Whereas in S phase, S stands for synthesis, DNA duplication occurs, number of chromosomes same, number of chromosomes remains same, but the content of the DNA doubles. For example, after mitosis the DNA content is 2C. By the end of S phase the DNA content rise to 4C. In G2 phase is considered as second growth phase or pre-mitotic gap. Means before mitosis this G2 phase is going to occur. That's why pre-mitotic gap. And here DNA synthesis stops, but the DNA level will be same, 4C only. And here whatever the proteins and RNA required for cell division in M phase, those are going to form in a G2 phase. Remember that. So in S phase, along with the replication of genome, for that DNA polymerase enzyme is very essential for the synthesis of DNA. DNA polymerase is essential. Along with that, here in S phase, histone proteins are also going to synthesize because they are very helpful in packing. Histone proteins are also synthesizing in S phase. Now you know mitosis is a equational division because the daughter cells have same number of chromosomes as in the parent cell, and it is going to occur in somatic cells. And mitosis has four phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. We must remember the characteristics, important characteristics of each phase. In prophase, what happened, especially in early prophase, condensation of chromosomes, endoplasmic reticulum and nucleolus disappear is going to happen. Whereas in late prophase, nuclear membrane disappears. These points are important. Metaphase, what happens, chromosomes are arranged at the equator. Remember that. In anaphase there is a splitting of centromere. Centromere splits. The centromere splits and the chromosomes are going to segregate. Because of the splitting of centromere. In telophase the chromosomes start moving to the opposite pole of the cell. And in anaphase, remember, especially in animal cell, for anaphase, there is a requirement of a special protein called anaphase promoting complex. And this anaphase promoting complex very important for mitosis in animal cell because this helps in segregation of chromosomes. You know, segregation of chromosomes occurs in anaphase. That's why it is called as anaphase promoting complex. And you must remember that whenever there is a DNA damage or there is a damage in the cell size, that is going to be checked before S phase, and there is a checkpoint called G1S checkpoint. This is going to check the DNA damage, and this checkpoint is going to be activated by stalled DNA replication fork. Okay, during formation of DNA replication fork, that helps in the checking of this DNA damage. And remember children, in telophase it's a reverse of prophase where nuclear envelope is going to reform and Golgi complex also reforms in the telophase. And cytokinesis means cell divides to produce two daughter cells. And remember, in metaphase spindle fibers are going to attach to a structure called kinetochore of chromosomes. Spindle fibers attached to kinetochore of chromosomes. This is going to happen in metaphase. Balbiani, one of the scientists, he observed salivary gland chromosomes in larvae. and these chromosomes helps in gene mapping. These chromosomes are helpful in gene mapping, because these chromosomes are formed by endomitosis. These chromosomes of the larvae present in the salivary gland, they are going to form by endomitosis. Endomitosis means here nuclear membrane does not rupture. Nuclear membrane does not rupture during this mitosis. That is the speciality, and those chromosomes are helps in gene mapping. Remember that. Chromosomes arm, the arms of the chromosomes, thus the arms of the chromosomes are considered as chromatids. The arms of the chromosomes are considered as chromatids, and these arms are held together at a point called centromere. At a point called centromere. Centromere also helps. This centromere also helps in the movement of chromosomes towards the pole, and also helps to attach it with the spindle fibers. Then histones are the basic proteins, because in this protein basic amino acids are rich, and remember in eukaryotes for DNA packing these histone proteins are very helpful. And histone proteins when combines with the DNA they are going to form chromatin. When histone protein combines with the DNA they are going to create a structure called chromatin. And remember histone proteins basically are of 5 types: H1, H2, H2A, H2B, H3 and H4. Out of this H2A, H2B, H3 and H4, they are going to form histone octamer around which the DNA is going to wrap, whereas H1 histone is going to link the two neighboring nucleosomes. Two neighboring nucleosomes are held together by a histone called H1 histone. And while studying the stages of mitosis, at metaphase we can able to look the chromosomes more conveniently in the metaphase stage. When it comes to meiosis, which is called as a reductional division, where gametes are going to form. Why reductional division? Because the number of chromosomes are reduced. Parent cell number of chromosomes reduced in the daughter cells. Okay, we can find half the number of chromosomes in the daughter cells when compared to the parent cell. And this meiosis is going to occur in meiocytes. Meiocyte means gamete mother cell. A diploid gamete mother cell is called as meiosis. There we can observe meiosis, and meiosis is of two types: meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. At the end of meiosis we can get 4 daughter cells. Meiosis 1 is a reductional division or heterotypic division, because the number of chromosomes are going to reduce in the daughter cell. Now in meiosis 1, prophase 1 has a special distinct 5 subphases are there. Remaining phases are similar to mitosis. Let us learn about the prophase 1, which has leptotin, zygotin, paketin, diplotin and diakinesis. In leptotin, remember children these characteristics: condensation of chromatin is going to occur, asters are going to form, and coiling of chromatids are going to occur in leptotin. Whereas in zygotin, which is also called as synaptic stage, where synapsis of homologous chromosomes occur in zygotin. In paketin, crossing over occurs and chromosomes become shorter and thicker. And in paketin, remember genetic material is going to exchange between two non-sister chromatids. In paketin only genetic material exchange between two non-sister chromatids, where the process is called as recombination, and that helps with the enzyme called recombinase. Here in paketin, recombinase enzymes is very helpful. In diplotin, which is considered as the longest phase in prophase 1, we can find the appearance of chiasmata. Chiasmata is going to form X-shaped chiasmata, and because of that the chromosomes looks like lamb brush shape. In diplotin, lamb brush chromosome is going to occur. And last is diakinesis, where nuclear membrane nucleolus is going to disappear, and there is a terminalization of chiasmata. In diakinesis there is a terminalization of chiasmata. Interkinesis means between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 there is a short interval, that is called as interkinesis or intermeiotic interphase. And remember in zygotin, a pair of synapsed homologous chromosomes considered as bivalent. Bivalent means a pair of synapsed homologous chromosome. And in mitotic spindle fibers, we will find one protein called actin. In spindle fibers there is a protein called actin, and root tip is considered as the best material to study mitosis. So I hope this video is going to be very helpful. Please revise properly, and also once you look at revise 2 to 3 times the NCERT textbook for better results.